Good morning, welcome to day 3 of my time in Belgium. Today I'm going to be going to Bruges. I'm doing it through Get Your Guide again, so I'll leave the link in the description down below in case you'd like to do this in your time. So I'll catch up with you when we're there. I started the day the same as my last video, by heading to Brussels Central Station to meet my tour guide for the day. Once everyone had arrived, we headed out to Bruges, where we'd be spending the entire day. So welcome to Bruges, known as the Venice of Belgium. I'm going to do the Get Your Guide tour first and then I'll be able to explore by myself for a bit after that. I'm looking forward to exploring the city with you. The first stop on our tour was the Lake of Love, otherwise known as Minnewater. If you come here and walk over the bridge with your partner, it is said that you'll experience eternal love. There is a restaurant sat right on the edge of the lake, which is a great terrace area if you are looking for somewhere to eat. We headed over to Begijnhof, which is a tranquil convent garden that was founded in 1245. This area is for Begijns, who are normal women who live like nuns but don't take any of the formal vows. It is free to visit this area, but if you go inside you have to be silent. The area inside is beautiful to look at, despite being quite small. As we continued on towards the centre, I spotted a few horse carriages taking people around the city. We were told how the stepped roofs of buildings here represented wealth of the people who were living there. The more steps present on the roof, the more wealth you have. After passing through this narrow street, we could see the Church of Our Lady. This is the tallest structure in the city, at 116 metres tall. Like a lot of the other churches we've seen across my Belgium series, this one is also built in a Gothic style. You can look at some of the inside areas for free, but there are also parts where you can pay for a ticket if you would like to fully explore the interior of this church. The details and displays in this church are stunning, so if you enjoy taking a look inside churches on your travels, then don't miss this one out when you come to Bruges. Just behind the church is the Boniface Bridge. Despite being one of the younger bridges in Bruges, it boasts a magical view in every direction. It is said that if you cross the bridge in 20 steps or less, you will get married later that year. 21 steps later, I was on the other side taking another look back at the Church of Our Lady. There is a little garden just by this bridge as well. There are sculptures depicting the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, along with some other structures. We made our way onto Dijver Street, which runs right along the canal so you can see plenty of boats passing by. You can also steal a glimpse at the Belfry of Bruges from this street. Not too far from Dijver Street is the Burg, which is one of the main squares in Bruges. The square was also a former fortress, as it was originally surrounded by walls with entrance gates. Nowadays, the square is surrounded by historic buildings such as the City Hall. In the corner of the square, though, is the Basilica of the Holy Blood. Construction on this Roman Catholic basilica was completed in 1157. You can enter the lower chapel for free and take a look inside. So I've just finished the Get Your Guide tour, so we've got about 4 hours of free time to explore by myself. So I think first I'm going to go and look at one of the canal tours and see what it's like exploring around from one of the boats. I headed back in the direction I had come from to get in line for one of the tour spots I had seen earlier. I got myself a ticket from the hut and headed onto the jetty. After a short wait watching others enjoying their tours, it was time to depart. We were taken all over the city's canals whilst being told about the history of some of the buildings, but enough from me, sit back and enjoy the rest of the views from the boat. So the boat trip's finished now. I paid €15 for about 30 minutes to go along the canals, which is a really interesting way to see the city, so I'd highly recommend doing one of those if you come here. But I've realised I've not got myself a Belgian waffle yet in all my time in Belgium, so I'm going to go and get that fixed. I went to Chez Albert to get my waffle. I had no idea if this was a popular choice, but there seemed to be many happy people outside, so I thought why not. So what do you want? Thank you. Enjoy. Belgian waffle has now been secured. It looks amazing. And amazing it was. Fueled by my delicious waffle, I was then heading out on a bit of a trek to go and look at one of the windmills located on the edge of the city. It took me about 20 minutes to get there, but it was a very scenic walk alongside the river. When I arrived, I was blown away at the size of the windmill. Originally, there were 25 windmills located in Bruges, but today there are only 4 that remain. The windmills are a core part of the city's history, with roots all the way back to the 13th century. Upon my return to the centre, it appeared as though word had got out about my presence in the city, as there were crowds lining the streets. Jokes aside, I discovered that I was visiting on the same day as the Golden Tree Procession. I was very lucky to be able to see a part of this, as it only occurs every 5 years. There are around 2,000 participants in the procession, so it must take a lot to put together. So time's up for me now in Bruges. I'd fully recommend coming to see the city if you're ever in Belgium. Really enjoyed the day. Heading back to the bus now, and then we'll go back to Brussels before flying home tomorrow. So that's a wrap on my Belgium adventure. I hope you've enjoyed this 3-part series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as more adventures are on the way.